Have you ever noticed that some days you walk into a room feeling completely confident, speak clearly, make decisions easily, and barely second guess yourself? While on other days, the exact same room, the exact same people, and the exact same situation somehow make you hesitate? Here's what neuroscience has discovered. Confidence isn't a personality trait. It's a brain state. And like any brain state, it can be trained. In fact, the first habit we're about to discuss can start rewiring your confidence before your brain even believes you're confident. And later in this video, I'll show you why many people accidentally train their brains to become less confident every single day without realizing it. The neuroscience of confidence and fear. If you've ever searched for confidence tips, you've probably been told to believe in yourself, think positively, or fake it until you make it. The problem is that none of those explanations tell you what's actually happening inside your brain. Confidence is not some mysterious quality that certain people receive at birth. Your brain constantly makes predictions about what you can handle. Fear appears when your brain predicts uncertainty, danger, embarrassment, rejection, or failure. Confidence appears when your brain predicts competence. The fascinating part is that these predictions can change, and that's exactly what these 15 habits do. They gradually teach your brain that you're more capable than it currently believes. Let's start with the habit that surprises most people. Habit 1. Take action before you feel ready. Most people believe confidence comes first, then action follows. Neuroscience suggests the opposite. Action often comes first. Confidence follows. Think about driving a car. Nobody sits behind the wheel for the first time feeling completely confident. Nobody starts a business feeling certain. Nobody gives their first presentation feeling relaxed. Confidence appears after the brain gathers evidence, yet millions of people unknowingly wait for confidence before taking action. The problem? The brain never receives new evidence. And without evidence, the prediction never changes. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I'll do it when I feel more confident," remember this. Your brain is waiting for proof. The proof comes from action, not the other way around. And this leads directly into a habit that determines whether fear grows or shrinks. Habit 2. Stop rewarding avoidance. Imagine you're about to speak during a meeting. Your heart starts racing. You decide not to say anything. Immediately you feel relief. That relief feels harmless. But your brain just learned something dangerous. It learned that staying quiet solved the problem. From the brain's perspective, avoidance worked. The next time a similar situation appears, fear shows up even faster. This is one of the biggest reasons fear becomes stronger over time. Not because danger increases, because avoidance gets rewarded. The habit is simple. Notice when you're avoiding something because it feels uncomfortable. Then take one small step toward it instead. Not a giant leap, just one step. Every time you do that, your brain receives new information, and that information begins changing the prediction. Habit 3. Reframe nervousness as excitement. Here's something fascinating. Your body often struggles to tell the difference between fear and excitement. Both can create a faster heartbeat, both can increase adrenaline, both can make your palms sweaty, both can make you feel energized. The difference is often the story your brain attaches to those sensations. Many people feel a racing heart and think, "I'm nervous." Confident people often experience the exact same sensation and think, "I'm ready." The next time you're about to do something important, don't tell yourself to calm down. Try telling yourself, "This is excitement. This is energy. This means I care." It's a small shift, but neuroscience research suggests it can dramatically change performance. Habit 4. Keep tiny promises to yourself. Most people think confidence is believing in yourself. A better definition is trusting yourself, and trust comes from evidence. Imagine telling yourself you'll wake up early. Then you do. You tell yourself you'll exercise. Then you do. You tell yourself you'll finish something. Then you do. Every completed promise becomes proof. Your brain starts building a new identity, an identity that says, "This person follows through." That's confidence. Not hype, not motivation, evidence. Habit 5. Do one small scary thing every day. The brain adapts to exposure. What feels terrifying today often feels normal tomorrow. That's because your nervous system gradually learns that the situation isn't as dangerous as it predicted. Maybe it's introducing yourself to someone. Maybe it's posting online. Maybe it's asking a question. Maybe it's making a phone call you've been avoiding. Small daily exposure creates enormous long-term change. Because confidence isn't built during comfortable moments. It's built when your brain survives situations it thought it couldn't handle. Habit 6. Use your body to change your mind. Many people assume thoughts control everything, but communication between the brain and body goes both directions. When you're stressed, your posture changes, your breathing changes, your facial expressions change. The reverse is also true. Your posture influences your nervous system. Your breathing influences your nervous system. Your movement influences your nervous system. One of the fastest ways to interrupt fear is to slow your breathing. Not because it's motivational, because it directly affects physical activation. The brain pays attention to signals coming from the body. Give it better signals. Habit 7. Create a confidence evidence file. Most people remember failures more easily than successes. That's because the brain is designed to pay attention to potential threats. Unfortunately, this creates a distorted picture. You forget victories. You remember mistakes. Start keeping a confidence file. Every win, every accomplishment, every difficult thing you've handled, every challenge you've survived, write them down. On bad days, read them. You're giving your brain access to evidence it would otherwise ignore, and evidence changes beliefs. Habit 8. Focus on competence before confidence. There's an uncomfortable truth nobody talks about. Sometimes low confidence isn't a mindset issue. Sometimes you're simply inexperienced, and that's okay. The solution isn't pretending you're confident. The solution is becoming more skilled. Think about a surgeon, a pilot, an athlete, a musician. Confidence didn't magically appear. It was built through repetition. Competence reduces uncertainty, and uncertainty feeds fear. Whenever possible, improve the skill instead of obsessing over confidence. Confidence often arrives as a side effect. Habit 9. Stop catastrophizing future events. The brain loves creating dramatic predictions. One awkward conversation becomes social disaster. One mistake becomes career destruction. One rejection becomes permanent failure. But here's the reality. Most of the things people fear never happen. The brain evolved to anticipate danger, not accuracy. When fear appears, ask yourself, what's the most likely outcome? Not the worst outcome, the most likely one. This simple question forces the brain back into reality, and reality is usually far less frightening than imagination. Habit 10. Practice recovering from mistakes. Many people believe confidence comes from never failing. Actually, confidence comes from knowing you'll recover. Think about the most confident people you know. They make mistakes. They get rejected. They embarrass themselves occasionally. The difference is they trust their ability to bounce back. Recovery builds confidence faster than perfection because recovery teaches resilience, and resilience reduces fear. Habit 11. Speak up earlier than feels comfortable. One of the quickest ways to build confidence is speaking before your brain feels fully ready. Not recklessly, not carelessly, just slightly earlier. Most people wait until they have the perfect thought. Confident people contribute while the conversation is happening. Every time you speak up, your brain gathers evidence. And eventually the prediction changes from, I shouldn't say anything, to, I can handle this. That shift changes everything. Habit 12. Visualize the process, not the outcome. A lot of people visualize success incorrectly. They imagine applause, awards, recognition, perfect outcomes. The brain responds better when you visualize the process. Picture yourself calmly walking into the room. Picture yourself speaking clearly. Picture yourself handling challenges. Picture yourself recovering from mistakes. You're training familiarity, and familiarity reduces fear. Habit 13. Strengthen your emotional control system. Your prefrontal cortex helps regulate emotional reactions. Think of it as the brain's executive center. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and focused breathing strengthen this system over time. This doesn't eliminate fear. It improves your ability to manage fear, and that's a huge distinction. Confident people aren't necessarily calmer. They're often better at functioning while uncomfortable. Habit 14. Upgrade your identity through evidence. Most people say, I want to become confident, but your brain doesn't respond strongly to wishes. It responds to evidence. Start collecting proof that supports a stronger identity. Proof that you're disciplined, proof that you're resilient, proof that you're capable, proof that you can learn. Identity isn't built through affirmations. It's built through repeated experiences. Eventually, you stop hoping you're capable. You know you're capable because you've seen the evidence. Habit 15. Build the confidence loop. Everything we've discussed leads to this final habit, the confidence loop. You take action. The action creates evidence. The evidence builds self-trust. Self-trust makes future action easier. Future action creates more evidence. And the cycle continues. Most people try to jump straight to confidence. But confidence is the result. The process is what creates it. And once this loop starts working, something remarkable happens. Fear stops being the thing that controls your decisions. It becomes information, useful information, but not authority. Confident people aren't fearless. They simply have more evidence, more experiences, more proof, more reasons to trust themselves. And that's available to anyone willing to train their brain consistently. One action, one experience, one habit at a time. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's that confidence isn't reserved for a lucky few. It's not a personality trait. It's not genetics. And it's definitely not something you have to wait for. Confidence is a trainable brain state. The habits we've covered today aren't shortcuts. They're ways of giving your brain the evidence it needs to update its predictions about who you are and what you're capable of. If you found this video genuinely useful and valuable, consider giving it a like and subscribing to Simple Ways of Life for more practical insights on brain training, self-discipline, productivity, psychology, and personal growth. See you in the next video.